Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, as you guys can probably tell from my screen, we are going to be talking about the massive glitch that is happening right now over on CoinMarketCap, as well as many other major platforms. XRP volume showing $63 billion. This is the equivalent to over 100 billion XRP at its current price. 99% sure it's a glitch, but could you imagine if this was real? And here you guys have the screenshot that I posted over on Twitter. $63.6 billion in volume, about 133 point almost 4 billion XRP. This is absolutely insane. Currently, I think that they are trying to fix things over on CMC, but it is still showing currently about 23.7 billion, almost 23.8 billion, and about 50 billion XRP. It's honestly pretty crazy. And if you go and look at the one-day chart down here, you can actually see the volume. It's like about 25 billion or so, and it has been showing that since around, well, I should say it really kind of started around 8 o'clock, but even during this entire time frame, as you guys do see at the bottom there, it's been about 4 billion volume in the 24-hour span. And even over here, it's about 10 billion all the way up to, where it is currently about almost 25 billion volume. This is insane. Up 528%. Obviously, yeah, it's most likely a glitch because the price has not been reflecting any sort of massive amount of buying happening. But I thought that this was definitely interesting to mention, especially after what we have been seeing around some major price action moves with XRP. We've also been seeing a lot of wallets moving around XRP, some accumulation happening. I think that going back to the middle of September, we seen like a $500 million buy on XRP before the price went absolutely crazy. So very interesting. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about these glitches. I know that if you've been in the XRP community for a while, you're probably aware of like even the price glitches for XRP. It's been something interesting, definitely, to watch a lot of the things unfold that have around XRP. But also over here from XRP Crypto Wolf, anonymous wallets move 662.5 million XRP as all eyes are now on the Ripple SEC case. Again, like I said, there's been a lot of XRP movement. There's been a lot of transactions happening with XRP. We've been really kind of reporting on this for a while, and even around the SEC case, I even said over on Twitter, I said basically that this case is finished because, I mean, technically speaking, it is. Like I even said here, the XRP holders that have been waiting roughly 2 years, our time is closing in. The XRP lawsuit will be over before we know it. And a lot of the updates have been very bullish. I think that this is also why we are seeing a lot of volume movements around XRP. Obviously, it's not 23 billion or 60 some billion, but it is a large amount. I would argue that around roughly 4 or 5 billion is a little bit more of an interesting factor, but currently right now, as it stands, we have almost the equivalent volume as, well, actually, no, it's more than Ethereum. I didn't even notice that. Wow. So yeah, I mean, at this level, we are closing the gap in on Bitcoin's volume on the 24-hour span, so this is very interesting. But also over here, I do want to talk to you guys about some things happening around this market. This kind of plays into the XRP lawsuit as well. This is a very interesting video that I want you guys to listen to. It's about 1 minute and 37 seconds long, and listen close.
I think it's great that Congress is working hard to thoughtfully put together a clear and holistic regulatory framework around digital assets, because what's been described and should be clear is that not all crypto assets are alike. There are some that are securities. There are some that are some kind of banking or payment type of product. Yep. There are others that look like derivatives. And there may be a whole other type of crypto asset that is wholly new, like a Bitcoin, or it could be a tokenized real asset. Mm-hmm. And there's also the possibilities of Web3, which goes beyond financial services to look at commercial applications. So as a regulator, it is my job to faithfully execute the law, whatever it may be. Now, within each of the regulatory agencies, there are broad powers and authorities that Congress has granted to us. And there's a lot that we can do with those. So I do think that consistent with the president's executive order, we have to do strong enforcement actions to clean up the fraud and scams, because honestly, it really undermines confidence in this technology and in the possibilities of digital assets. So that of course has to be a priority, as well as combating illicit finance. But otherwise, the executive order does say that the regulators should use their existing powers and authorities to provide more guidance and clarity, or new rules as necessary. And I firmly believe that. I've been saying that from the beginning.
And by the way, if you guys don't know who this is Commissioner Pam around CFTC. We're going to be talking about why she's very important in a second, but also I do agree with her insights here on regulatory approaches and regulatory frameworks around crypto assets. I think that this is very beneficial to crypto, and I think that in the meantime that we are kind of preparing for regulatory frameworks to be ushered in, which by the way I do believe that they will be being ushered in here very soon. We've been seeing a lot of talks around it from the ECB, around the BIS, World Economic Forum, and even the IMF. We will most likely see that happen within the, I would say, 2023 timeframe, somewhere within that time. But the reason why this is very bullish is because it will open the door for a ton of money to flood in, and we're talking about tens to hundreds of trillions of dollars flooding into crypto over the next couple years. I think that the next decade is going to be very interesting in regards to the market growth around crypto. I mean, ultimately, we could see multiplier, price action on a lot of these major assets. We're talking about 10 to 15 to 20 to even 50x. It's going to be very exciting. Now, let's actually talk about why Commissioner Pam here is very interesting. So Caroline D. Pam, she is the commissioner at the CFTC, and she just posted this over on Twitter as well. This goes back to yesterday at 9:28 a.m. I appreciate it sharing learnings on CBDCs, crypto assets, and next-generation financial market infrastructures with the Bank of England and the BIS. We also discuss mitigating systemic risk. Thank you. Now, I actually am very interested in looking into this because we've been talking about the UK for a very long time. The UK is more than ready. They have been ready for a while around crypto. They do want to become a massive hub for crypto. They want to be ahead of the curve. And right now, their infrastructure is looking pretty rough in terms of their financial market infrastructure. So them, moving in on crypto would just make sense. But there's a lot around this that I want to I would say pry on. First off, CBDCs, they're always going to be the main discussion, but crypto assets and the next generation financial market infrastructures. That's a very interesting subject there because we've been talking about Ripple and XRP for a very long time. In fact, I do believe that RippleNet with XRP has the opportunity of, a massive technological step towards a brighter future within the financial market infrastructures. I think that this is ultimately going to open a ton of doors for a lot more, efficiencies to be realized, specifically around on-demand liquidity and even cross-border payments. And these are trillions on top of trillions of dollars in regards to disruptions. But also, what's very interesting about this is that this is in the UK. Remember what I just shared with you guys recently, talking about London with the Swell event from Ripple. And just a few weeks ago, we have Brad Garlinghouse meeting with Commissioner Pam. The next stop on my learning tour was visiting Ripple Labs. Thank you, Brad Garlinghouse. This is very interesting. And yes, she does tag XRP, crypto, blockchain. And then here's the post just recently that I talked about. We do see over here from CryptoTaze. So below you have the CFTC Commissioner visiting Ripple and Bank of England to discuss CBDCs in the same month. You have the potential release of the Hinman documents that could cause a settlement at any moment, and you have ISO 20022 starting up in November. Now, to me, the biggest opportunity here for Ripple would be the, basically the technology support for a CBDC issuance. Remember, the Digital Pound Foundation members include Ripple and Quant, as well as a few other ones like Electroneum, etc. But Quant and Ripple are the main ones I focus on simply because they have, defined themselves in regards to this area. But this is very exciting. And I do think that the connections here are enough to, I would say come to the realization that Ripple will play a vital role in not only disrupting the entire financial market in England, well, in the UK, I should say, but also I think that they will play a vital role in the digital pound. And I think that this is very exciting. And I think that the connections are here to really kind of not only support it, but also to give us a little bit of an insight on where Ripple is positioned currently within a lot of this, massive chaotic, this massive chaotic area of expertise around financial markets. Crypto itself, right, is very chaotic. Regulatory approaches around crypto are very chaotic, and all of this is looking like it is aligning for a perfect domino effect. What is that domino effect around this chaotic market? One, a settlement. If we do see a settlement before the end of the year, which a lot of people have predicted we could see that, then I could actually see Ripple going live with an on-demand liquidity corridor, not only in the UK, but in every single major area around the world. I think that on-demand liquidity is going to grow at an exponential rate, but also CBDCs powered by the XRP ledger, which I just talked to you guys about yesterday, are also going to ignite. Ripple has been making a name for itself in almost every area of the world. And I think that this relationship with the CFTC, while they are calling for clear regulatory frameworks, which, by the way, Ripple does have a regulatory framework that they did work out back in November of 2021, I think all of this is playing a perfect role in what's happening behind the scenes. Pay attention to Ripple and XRP. And also, by the way, around this entire case, we just seen some major announcements around the case. Over here from James K. Fallon, iRemit, which, by the way, we just talked about iRemit. They're a huge giant. A global payment remittance company that uses the RippleNet software has filed an application to file an amicus brief in support of the Ripple defendant's motion for summary judgment. Could Bank of America file one as well on how many, were blocked from on-demand liquidity by JP Morgan Chase's proxy, the SEC? And this is very interesting. And we actually do see down here a quote, which is also over here. Stephanie Starr actually posted this as well. This is from Tiger Mike 15. But this position badly misunderstands how XRP is actually used. Indeed, the SEC seems to misconstrue important aspects of the large and growing international cryptocurrency industry, seeking to expand its regulatory authority over markets that have no relationship to its traditional scope of authority. And I think that that is huge. And here you guys have the finish him move as well. And this all talks about on-demand liquidity that utilizes XRP. Simply put, the market participants like iRemit do not use XRP as an investment of any kind. Rather, it is used as a tool for payment transfers. It is used because of its speed, efficiency, and security, not because of any expectation that its inherent value will increase over time. The way in which iRemit uses on-demand liquidity, which in turn uses XRP and the XRP ledger, demonstrate that these are not in fact securities in any sense of that word. In some, iRemit's perspective as an on-demand liquidity customer will aid the court in its consideration of the SEC's lawsuit and defendants. This is huge. And also, by the way, here you guys have a few other insights on this if you guys do want to, go check this out and read into it. Stephanie Starr C over on Twitter did post the replies to this. You could find it just right under James K. Fallon's post on this. But also, this was not the only thing that we seen. There was another one. In the amicus brief submitted by TapJets, it claims 43% of TapJet's customers voted for XRP as a choice for currency to pay for their flights. The company has willingly accepted XRP without any coercion from Ripple and adopted the technology to facilitate payments. This is another huge argument. Over 57,000 votes were cast in the public forum directed at TapJet's customers. This is huge. And again, this provides you, by the way, go check out Wilbur54X over on Twitter for this. I'm going to give him a follow. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there is so much information here to digest, but it all proves the fact that XRP is a currency at the end of the day. The SEC's overall defense has been crumbling. The SEC is crumbling by themselves. Their entire reputation, everything that they have stood for the longest time, has crumbled beneath their feet. And this is very exciting if you are an XRP holder, seeing these massive giants around XRP and around Ripple coming to fight the good fight. I think that it would be very, very exciting not only to see Bank of America file one as well, but also all of the major players that utilize XRP in regards to on-demand liquidity right now. This would be the nail in the coffin for the SEC, and I'm very excited to see this. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Did definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.